And we have a flip socket here. It's going to be on your stand. We're going to use a smaller size compared to what it is. If it feels loose, that's the wrong size. If it's this one, it's the right size. To the bottom of the impact wrench here by pulling this back and putting it in there and let go. And this is lefty, loosey, righty, tighty. So we're going to remove the lug nuts, lefty, loosey, and this is at full torque. So what I do, I'm just simply pulling the lug nuts off. Okay. So again, okay, and then make sure we don't lose these. You can put them up here on the lip if you want. After the tires have been removed, we want to rotate the tires according to manufacturer's recommendations. After the tires have been rotated, twist the lug nuts on by hand. Make sure the tapered side goes towards the rim. Visually inspect lug nuts and studs for damage as you are tightening the lug nuts in place. I can't emphasize enough, always thread the lug nuts on by hand. Do not cross thread the lug nuts or the studs. Always thread them on by hand. Never, never put the lug nut on the impact gun and zip it into place. Make sure the threads go on a few revolutions before we tighten with the impact wrench. After the lug nuts are threaded on the wheel with our hands, we are going to use this blue extension. This is a torque stick. The torque stick is used to keep us from over-tightening the lug nuts up against the hub assembly or even damage the rotor. On the back of the impact gun, we want to make sure that the torque is set to maximum torque and we flip the lever to righty-tighty, the right arrow. Next, we're going to use the star pattern. As we tighten the lug nuts in the star pattern, this seats the wheel assembly up against the hub properly so that the tire will not shake loose going down the road. I do this twice, making sure that all lug nuts are seated correctly with the wheel up against the hub assembly. After the tire rotation has been performed, we want to set the tire pressure to the recommended PSI. The tire placard found on the driver's door jamb will be used to set our proper tire pressure. This is an inflator check used to inflate the tire and also check the tire pressure. When I press the lever, it inflates the tire. When I let off the lever, the stick pops out showing me how much tire pressure is in the tire. I want to inflate all 4 tires properly before I return it to a customer. Now that the tires are properly inflated, I'm going to lower the vehicle where the tires barely come in contact with the ground. Then I'm going to look up the proper torque specification using this torque wrench. The torque wrench will now be used with the star pattern set to the proper torque to double check that all lug nuts are properly tightened. This is very important. If we do not tighten the lug nuts properly, the wheel can break free and loose going down the road. This could cause severe injury or death. Always make sure and use the torque wrench when you are tightening the lug nuts. Always, always, always tighten the lug nuts to the proper specification. The specification for lug nut torque can be found in vehicle service manuals and service information found on the internet. Once all the lug nuts are properly torqued, we're going to now twist the knob at the base of the torque wrench to relieve the pressure off of the torque wrench. Then twist the handle. Always treat the torque wrench as if it was fragile and place it in the box carefully.
Are you kidding me? I was driving like that for a couple days, 80 miles an hour down the freeway.
That rim's destroyed.
I know.
You have a rim?
Yeah, I have a spare.